Hey everybody, it's Tait and Lawrence here from Nanjing Marketing Group, and it's time to share with you the weekly China marketing news. We're going to look at a couple technology advancements this week from China, and then after that we're going to talk about some kind of way to sell via WeChat videos that Lawrence is going to show us, and some Baidu pay-per-click optimization tips. So let's just go ahead and get started here. The first piece of news I'm looking at here is from businessinsider.com, and it's talking about China's weather control projects. Now, from the article, it says that China is massively expanding its weather control project and is aiming to be able to cover half the country in artificial rain and snow by 2025. Okay. But when they say artificial rain and snow, what they mean, I think, is just actually rain and snow. Like the way that they are activating the rain and snow is artificial, but it's just actual real rain and snow that's falling on the ground, right?
I think for the artificial rain and snow, it indicates the rain and the snow that in some circumstances, the rain is not really gonna raining at all, but there might be an opportunity. So I think the scientists, they work out a solution to do something with weather, and then it just suddenly starts raining or snowing.
Right. Yeah. Let me read a bit more about this, and then we'll talk about it. So they say that dozens of other countries, including the U.S., also have such programs, but Beijing has the world's largest, employing around 35,000 people already. And this project could cover 56% of the country's surface area. Also, China spent $168 million on a huge supply of equipment to facilitate the project, including 4 aircraft and 897 rocket launchers. All right. This sounds pretty funny to me. When I read any of these things before we talk about them, I read a couple different articles, and then I just pick out the little bits that I think that people would want to have in their ear holes on a weekly basis. But I just think it's interesting because they have so many people, and they're doing this with rocket launchers. And I guess what they do is they launch some chemicals into the sky, and then they blow them up, and they get clouds to rain or snow at where and when they want them to. It's kind of a crazy ability.
In there's one paragraph says, in June 2016, China allocated 30 million to its cloud seeding project and starting firing bullets filled with salt and minerals into the sky.
Yeah.
I think the reason they just fire in the salt and the mineral is it's good for the soil. I think I learned that from probably primary school, that the snow is benefit for soil in general. So I think the reason they just firing salt and mineral into the sky, probably reducing the air pollution, maybe, I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure if you have minerals into the sky, which is falling on the ground, I think it's benefit for the soil in general.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think that they just want the precipitation. They just want the liquid on the ground. Or in some cases, like before the Beijing Olympics, what they wanted to do was just clear the air, because they wanted the air really clean at that time. And when the rain falls, it gets rid of the smog. So it can be used for that purpose too.
Yes.
It's impressive that they're trying to learn how to do this better, and they will learn how to do it, even if it's tough to do it at the beginning. I think that they'll figure it out. It's pretty cool. Let's move on to the next one, the second out of third technology pieces for today. All right, so this one's about COVID vaccines. And from supchina.com, they say that at least 5 Chinese companies are jockeying to play a central role in the next and hopefully the last phase of the pandemic. So the companies are Sinopharm, Sinovac Biotech, CanSino Biologics, which is in conjunction with Canada, I think, and Anhui Zhifeng Longkang Biopharmaceutical, and Shenzhen Kongtai Biological Products. And they're all approaching it in a bit of a different way and are different stages, but competing to provide the vaccines to China. And provincial governments across China, including Jiangsu, Sichuan, and Anhui, have recently said that they have either purchased domestic vaccine supplies or are looking into doing so. This progressed really fast because it was just a couple weeks ago when there was that one thing that came out where it said that there was which government was it? There was a government in China, a city government that was providing vaccines to some people, and then even some other Chinese government sources said like, no, it's not really true. We're not ready to roll out the vaccine yet. And now the vaccines are coming out everywhere. They're in China from several different sources, and also vaccines are being purchased in Canada and USA, and just going to roll it out all over the place.
I think we discussed this before. Back to the beginning of October, we were discussing that China is allowing front fighters like teachers, nurses to inject it with the latest vaccines. But for now, I think it's just going way too fast than I imagined. I didn't expect China have the capability to massively produce so many amount of vaccine in just like 2 months. But one thing I checked on the news today, I think one of the pharmacy, I don't think is one of the China's pharmacy, but for volunteers, whoever injected with the latest vaccine, facing some other issue which brought from the vaccines. So that makes a concern. Is vaccine ready to inject it for everyone, or probably we should wait?
Right, yeah. So I did a non-scientific poll, just some people in our company, and I asked them if their family members think that the COVID-19 vaccines are safe. And 3 said yes, 5 said no.
I think I was the one said yes. Yeah, I think my parents was agree that if they have the choice and they have the chance to do it, they will do so. But in my point of view, well, if everyone else in China is safe and they're not infected, there's no reason for me to inject it with such a vaccine because no one else is affected. Like, why should I do that?
Right. Okay. Good point. From what I can tell here in Canada and just reading from English language sources, like what people on Twitter are saying and stuff, there's opposition to vaccines, but then there's a lot of people that would like it too. And even people that normally would take vaccines, like myself, are a little bit skeptical about taking a vaccine that has been rushed out so quickly because they're not normally produced like this, you know?
Yes, that's true.
So it's interesting that based on that very small poll that I did, that it seems like there are the same kind of sentiments in China. Some people would like the vaccine right away, and some people would rather just wait.
Yes. I think for people, if you ask them, will you to be a volunteer to inject with vaccine, probably they will say no. But if you ask them, if you have a chance, like in possibility, they probably say yes.
If you have a chance of what?
To inject with vaccine, you will probably say no. Probably I will wait. But if you say, oh, maybe just asking, not really working on you, they probably say, oh yes, I would love to do it. But when you actually ask them, right now, if you say yes, I will just go. I will just go to the hospital and we can do the vaccine for you. Probably say no. I will just wait.
Yeah, right. So you're saying that the polls maybe are a little bit different than the number of people that would actually accept it. Like if I walked into the office in Nanjing and was like, "Hey guys, I got the vaccine. You want this injection?" Maybe fewer people would be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, I think everyone said, "Oh, just let me consider. Let me think about it."
Well, nobody would trust me with a vaccine anyways, but yeah, maybe you get the point. Okay, let's move on to the third out of third Chinese tech trends here. So this one from sciencealert.com is about quantum supremacy, which it sounds really awesome. I mean, that totally sounds like it's the name of a movie or something at least, right? So we better look into it. The article says that a team of Chinese scientists have developed the most powerful quantum computer in the world, capable of performing at least one task 100 trillion times faster than the world's fastest supercomputers. Okay. I'll read the whole thing and then we'll talk. The Chinese team reported their quantum computer named Jiuzhang is 10 billion times faster than Google's. But it doesn't mean that China has a fully practical quantum computer yet, according to Xinhua. But it's a major milestone on the way there. Basically, what has happened with this quantum computer is that they created an extremely fast quantum computer, but it's based on just a very specific kind of task that they gave it. So a quantum computer can be much, much, much faster than a regular computer because of the quantum magic that it uses. Basically, I guess the details of this are not important to regular humans like us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but something that's interesting here is that there is this race going on between China and other places to create the best quantum computer, the fastest quantum computer, and it's in the more of a theoretical realm now because the computers that they're building are just being used to test how good of a quantum computer they have. They're not being used for really practical things. But as this proceeds, they'll probably get to the point where they will be able to do very complex things very quickly, unlike in the past. One of the applications for it could be better weather prediction, for example.
Yes. I think probably I'll explain a little bit further in here. I think in the past, for the computers, we are using binary system. So it either is 0 or 1. So for the quantum computers, it has multi-optional. So it will be both 0 and 1. So it will just calculate faster. I really wonder what this quantum computer can be used in, like what kind of fields. Probably in science or finding a way to cure the cancer or whatever. But I think when I read this article, it gives me a feeling of competition between China and the US in particular. Because, you know, in the past years, the United States trying to ban all the CPUs to ship into China, and China still figure a way to develop, like, at least it claimed to be the world's fast quantum computer. I don't really know if that's true or not, but at least China figure a way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an interesting point. You say you don't know if it's true or not, which I like. You and me and people that have lived in China tend to be really skeptical of news that they read, including this, but other things too. Whereas some people will read this news and just think it's true right away. We don't know if necessarily if it's totally true or not. But this news, these tech trends that are going on in China are just part of a broader overall trend where it feels like to me China is always pushing forward with technology. China is always pushing forward to I don't know, to get to the next level, to be more competitive, to move ahead in general, to expand, to go to the moon, to go beyond the moon, all these things. And there's a positive vibe going on, or at least some people like me who deal with China and Chinese business feel a very positive vibe. It's similar to the vibe that people in Western countries feel when they think about a company like SpaceX, who seems to be moving forward in the same way that China does. But then there are other people who don't necessarily feel the same vibe that I do. Like, for example, I was reading some news recently in China of Chinese people talking about it seems like China is actually very unexciting and they want more SpaceX, they want more Tesla action going on in China. Do you want to move on to the next one now?
I think yes. Please.
Okay, so this one I know nothing about. It's something about selling things on WeChat video accounts, right? So how about you tell me about it?
Okay, so actually from the time we going on this news, I think WeChat video channel, I think we speak of this topic in our last few live stream. So probably check on that. So for now, the WeChat live stream store, they allow a new system called a Magic CPS delivery system. So for this particular system, it has more than 500,000 SKU. That means SKU stands for the items it has. So it covers not only for food, cosmetics, daily stuffs, everything will be covered, but mainly in food, cosmetics, daily need, and clothes. I think this is a new optional WeChat allows for users to get in and shop and to check on the live stream. We all know that people will go to Taobao and watch live stream on there to buy stuff, but now you can actually even go to the WeChat and buy those kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. Oh, so this is about live stream, not about the WeChat short videos, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be like the Taobao live streams where you can click in different areas and then just go ahead and start to buy something. Yeah.
Yes. I think WeChat just getting into with a new system, so they allow them to do the live stream just like Taobao do.
Yeah. Okay. So some people that watch the YouTube or listen to the podcast, they might not be used to the Chinese live stream e-commerce, how it is. But I guess if we were doing this Chinese style, well, kind of a silly example, but if we were doing this Chinese style live e-commerce, we might be inserting all sorts of different things into our own stream. You know, like when we start talking about new energy vehicles, I would be like, here you go, and put my hand up, and then somebody could click and go to the landing page for Tesla or another company and make a purchase of the vehicle right through through that platform.
Live stream.
Yeah. So WeChat wants some of that action too.
Yeah. I think WeChat is just still trying to be the super app in China. It covers everything. In the past, it does not really cover on live streaming, but I think from probably October, since they really starting to promoting on the WeChat video, and now they have their own live stream. I think we discussed in the past, it can even do the live stream in the group chat. It may be optional, but I think it will opens up the rights for every user, and you can starting to do the live streaming on WeChat with a group, or even just simply watch a live stream shopping on WeChat.
Yeah, that's cool. But this isn't active yet, right?
This is actually active. Okay. I think officially installed with CPS. So yes, from today, I think it's working already.
Okay, we better do a demo of this soon then.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the last one here for today. Now, I wrote this long guide for Baidu pay-per-click, and I'm not going to go over the whole thing because a lot of it is very basic, and I get the feeling that the people that watch our videos or podcasts, sometimes they're more advanced listeners that just want to keep up to things on a weekly basis. But I have been redoing our whole China Digital Marketing 101 guide that is really useful for people that are just starting learning about Chinese digital marketing, or maybe have intermediate level skills, or even just want to learn the most up-to-date tactics for a specific platform. So I wrote this Baidu pay-per-click guide, and it goes over things like really basic, like is search advertising right for you, and then how the Baidu ads work and how to write them, etc. Let's skip ahead. Let's skip past that, and we'll just talk about some optimization tips. Because after you know all about a system like Baidu ads or another ad system like Weibo ads, etc., it can be tough to figure out what to focus on because there's so many different things you can do. There's basically a limitless amount of work you could do. You could watch every single search query that people have and their interaction with the site, and you could watch basically a video of them interacting with the site, or watch which pages they visit, or think about who they are. That would be crazy to think about each person individually like that. So I was talking to our search team and asking them what are the most important things to do, and thinking up some ideas myself. And I came up with a few of them. And there's 5 that I have here. The first is create the best user journey for a top keyword. So that would mean you find a keyword that you're getting the most conversions from, or you're getting it, maybe perhaps you're getting a ton of traffic from, but not the most conversions yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't just pay attention to all the data and the numbers, but go through it like a regular user would. Go through the whole journey. Look at the ad, look at the landing page text, look at anything that doesn't match up, basically. So you want to give them a smooth journey from the beginning, from what they search to the ad, to the landing page, to the checkout, or the whatever it is you want them to do at the end, whether that's a download or transaction or anything. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm trying to just catch in here. I think you can keep going.
Okay. The second activity that we often invest time in is to expand the keywords.
Mm-hmm.
That means just to think up new ideas for keywords that might be really useful. New ideas for things that people search. Look at the best performing keywords, look at Baidu trends, use Baidu's keyword planner, look at what competitors are talking about on their landing pages, their websites. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I like to do that people usually forget is to look at the messages that customers send, like really specific messages of what they say in their emails or their instant messages, maybe using WeChat as customer support tool, whatever, that doesn't matter. But look at the really specific words they use, how they describe the issues that they're facing, and how they describe what it is that they want. And then from there, you can pick out actual keywords and search queries that you can use in the Baidu campaign.
Mm-hmm. I got this one. I think we've been using this one in a few hour project. Mm-hmm. Expand the keywords, particularly for the Baidu Keywords Planner, I think.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in every project, but maybe we won't use the same method in every project. Mm-hmm. And then the third thing is to add negative keywords. So look through the search queries that people used and then choose negative keywords, and that means that keywords that will cause your ads not to be shown. But this activity is it can potentially waste a lot of time if you have a lot of data and you're trying to be too perfectionist about things. It could waste time. So you should just sort things in such a way that you can find which keywords are wasting the most of your budget and then get rid of those. Mm-hmm. And the fourth thing is to reassess bids, change your bids. Because when we start doing pay-per-click advertising, usually we'll just come up with bids we have a way of guesstimating bids, what they should be. But then we start to attract actual conversion, actual data from the website and from the ad campaign as well. And we can figure out how much money we should bid on certain terms, because if we're making a lot of money from a certain search query, then we might as well increase the bid on that, to put it simply. But actually the way that we do it is we'll put this all into Excel and we'll find out the specific data, and then we have to make decisions about how to sort the data. But basically, if something's making you money, you want to increase the bid. And if it's not making you money, then you want to think about what you should do. Should you decrease the bid? Or maybe, back to the first one I said there, maybe you have some type of a problem in your path. Maybe you have the wrong content on a landing page, for example, and you need to fix that. So those kind of decisions can be tough when it becomes to optimizing things, because it's not just a simple decision that you can make, like if this happens, then do that. You have to use some intuition and some guesswork, and as well as data, to come up with what you should do. And then the fifth thing that we invest a lot of time in is to test new ads. So to write and create new ads, either the text in the ads or the images, Sometimes it can be in relation to special campaigns or sales that we're doing. That's worth spending time on too. I don't think this is a complete list of what to optimize on Baidu though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the things that I think would be a good way to spend time. And, I'd be glad to hear other people's opinions on these too.
Mm-hmm. So I think just one quick question here. When you're saying test new ads, it just not only focusing on different campaigns or events, but also on your daily posts. You should try different images or text, right?
Yes, even on the ads and ad groups that have been going for a long time. Just try something new and see what happens. And it could be a big thing, or it could be a little thing. Just try it out.
I see.
All right, so I think we're pretty much done for this week. This is a short one because it's only 25 minutes or something, right?
Yes, I think this week is short. I think 25, less than 30 minutes. Generally, we'll cover more than 30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's it for this week, folks. I will see you next week. And remember to just give us a share, a like, a subscribe, anything that you can. Be glad to hear from you and see you again. Bye.
Yes, see you next week. Bye-bye.